let's give you something to look at then. Okay. Right, I've got some oxide inks here. So I'm going to create a background to start with. And I've got some watercolour paper. Quite a stiff paper. I don't know, at least 250 GSM, I think. And I'm just roughly applying some antique linen, delicate colour, just in that corner. That's it. And some old paper. I like old paper. This one's nice. Right then, go around the edge with old paper. No big deal. Don't have to be super blended. We're going to get messy this time. Yeah, tell me where you're from. It's so fascinating. UK Gateshead. Great. Hi Tracy again. You're so supportive, Tracy. Thanks for earlier and joining today as well. Julka. I don't think I'll be saying that right. Sorry, Sandra. Okay, going round with old paper. There's my yellow corner. Just do a bit more. Super scruffy. Actually, scruffy the better. Can you see that? I'll lift it up. Some super blending people that like super blending might be horrified at this, but it doesn't matter. I don't want a super nice soft blend. I just want random whatever. Okay, now let's get some deeper colour. This is ground espresso. Let's go for some of this over in this corner. Again, don't have to be super blended. Just create a circle. Blend it out a bit around the outside. Move my hand away so you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, super messy. Anyone can do this. That's it. I suppose you could do it with watercolours as well, but I just fancied giving the inks a go this time. Nice and dark. I want it nice and dark in the middle there. Blend it out. Okay. That doesn't look very pretty, does it? Especially if you're trying to guess what it is. Okay. Right, a caption. This is basically the card size. I'm doing a super big card and it's an 8x8 size. And it's going to go on here. So this is basically the card area. Nice big card I'm making. I'm going for it this time. Sometimes it's nice to give somebody a special card, isn't it? So I'm using the Hello stamp set. I'll just cut mine open. I haven't used this set yet. I've been using the sample ones. And like I've said before, I like to cut off the right hand side so I can get into my packaging without bothering with the sticky bit along the bottom. So let's have a play and get nice and messy. I can't lift it off. With this You Got This stamp. I want to make use of its size and also the sort of curliness of the font. Get it off. Oh, there we go. Are you wondering what it is, Linda? Right, if any, I like to say, who's going to guess first what this is? But I might not notice you guessing first, if that makes sense. But if I notice anyone that's saying what they think I'm doing. That'll be fun. Okay, so let's go in with some tea dye. Yes. Okay, I'm putting some tea dye. No, it's too faint, isn't it? Nah. Gathered twigs. Gathered twigs. Actually, I think I would probably like, let me get a white. I would probably like some oxides in there. Because I'm stamping, I'd rather not have the ink. So I'm going to go for, I haven't actually got a dark oxide ink. So if I go for tea dye in the oxide, that's better. That's better. And we could blend these two together with the ground espresso. Right. Or gathered twigs, doesn't matter. Right, one stamp, in it goes. Smoosh it about. I told you we're going to get messy. Okay, get some ink on the stamp and pat it down. Right, we're going total random here and we're having fun making a mess all over our brown splodge. A black hole! Oh, I saw that, Claire. No, not a black hole. Not now anyway, not now I've made this mess around it. Okay, I'll wipe that off and get some more mess. Let's go for a dark forest moss. Oh yes, nice. So I could even pick up the stamp and just do like that bit of it, and the other end in this corner. So obviously I'm using the stamp not to be read, basically. Think different. Believe it or not, this idea just came into my head. You know how sometimes that happens, it just comes into your head and you've just got to do it and try it. Well, I have tried it and I enjoyed the process and the results. So I thought, oh yes, let's share this idea. I even like the T here, it curls round. I even like that curly bit, so I'm going to put a curly bit there. Let's have a curly bit down here as well. So there, so have fun and enjoy. Right, let's have a different colour. Let's go for brushed corduroy. Any more guesses? Oh, Pat Ford, you've made it. Good. A tornado. Belinda. Yeah, it could be a tornado that's hit my craft room, but it's not that. That's it. Bung some of that one on. Is this the way to treat stamps? Else I might get else horrified. What's she doing with that stamp? Someone's hair. Hey, like that one. Who said that? Who said someone's hair? Belinda. Like that one. It's not, but you're getting on the right lines, I think. On the right lines. Let's have some peeled paint now. I like that hair idea. Some crazy hair. Cool. That's it. The more mess, the better it is. And these stamps are such brilliant quality. They'll take this. They'll withstand this abuse. Tumbleweed. Good one. Good one. A pigsty. A virus. Hey, you're very imaginative, guys. Right, the last one, I think I'll just do some antique linen over the top. Because the good thing about these oxides is that you can do a lighter colour over darker colours because of the pigment particles in them. So we'll just put a few light ones in there, and I just want it a bit darker as well, so I might just add, I need some more of this. I wish I had a dark oxide pad. I don't have one, so I have to put some of that with the brushed corduroy. It's more dark, that's it. It's nice to get the light bits and the dark net bits. Hey up, sunflower. Okay. The centre of the sunflower. No yellow leaves though. Hey up, Claire. Claire, you've got it. Yay. A nest. Well done. It's a bird's nest. Look, I'm inking on here. Oh dear. Well done, Claire. Making a mess there. Okay, so if I make a mess there, I've got to make it look deliberate. So can you tell I'm enjoying myself, getting carried away? Okay, I'm going to add some. No, I'm going to spray it. Let's give it a spray, just to get that ink moving and oxidise bits. That's it. Bring it to life, and I'll dry that. Followers here, Patricia, more viewers. I might even pick up some of this paint as well, just do some scratches. Yeah, so we made a nice mess. Looking good now that I know what it is. That's good. It did look a mess before, didn't it? Right, I'll get rid of that stamp and I'll clean this down. I'm going to add a caption with one of the other stamps. So I think the one that's going to fit, grab this, is the happy birthday. That's the only one that's going to work, I think. Let's get that one out. Ooh. I know how to keep you guessing, yeah. Super intrigued, Jackie says. Deirdre, amazing. I'd get mud if I did that. Nah, you won't. Nah. Right, stamping block. Okay. I fancy some nice copper embossing powder on this. Let's go for some of that. Some nice copper. Go for that. There. Let's put that there, that there. Piece of paper to catch this. Copper embossing powder. Ooh. That's good. Let's get rid of these before they go everywhere. Pop that back in there. And heat set this. Copper goes nice, doesn't it? I like copper. Oh, Tracy does as well. That's good. First time that I've joined you. Toki. That's good, thank you. This is only the second time I've done this. So we're newbies together, aren't we? Right, got that far. Right, that's a good background. I'm happy with that, nice and messy, and I've got my caption in there. And the next thing is to build up the bird's nest. So I'm going to put this to one side, well out of the way, so we're going to get messy again. Let's bring in some bits of card. Let me take that away. Right, I've lost my bits of watercolour card. Oh, there they are. So I've got some little bits here just to show you the process, but you can have yours a little bit bigger, perhaps half A4. Might be good. So we're basically doing a splattery background now. So I'll start off with a light colour, give it a good spray, and I'll probably do all these pieces. Just tap them in once. How much can you see? Let's get them all in shot, shall we? Add some water splashes as well, that always adds extra detail. Pick up this. That's it, you can do it a few times when there isn't so much left. Rightio, clean down. Give that a quick dry. Thanks for your nice comments. Yeah, it's a bird's nest. We're going with some tea dye now. I'll just block the bigger splodges of water. Tea dye. Go. So, did you know that you can use your stamps for a bird's nest? Oh. I don't know why that just suddenly came to my head. It just did. One of those things. Okay, might spritz these panels as well, just to add a bit of interest. Wipe that down. It's all about layers, isn't it, when you do splodgy backgrounds. Loving all these little bits of beading texture. That's really nice. Love that. Hope I can keep that with all my layers that I'm going to put on here. Love the oxides as well, because they add their little bit of extra texture. We're going for some green next, I think. Peeled paint's lovely, it's one of my favourites. So the good thing about this is no specific colours, just use what you have, or even the stamp. You could, if you haven't got that specific stamp, you can always use another, like the Hello one, or that's on the same set, isn't it? Or one from a different set. It does a similar thing. But I'm going to not put green on those two. And yeah, I'll put green on this one as well. That's it. If you want the colour to spread around a bit more, just add a bit more water. If you want it to move around a bit more. That's it. Let's mop up a bit more. Quickly dry these two green ones. And then we'll go in with some brush corduroy. Go in with some more brown. Oh, Elizabeth from Florida. Love watching the Distress Oxides take backgrounds. charcoal. That's good. Okay, this one. That's it. And a bit of this one in that corner. Yeah, I love doing this. It's fun. I'll do a bit more on that. Oh, that had wet bits on it still. I am getting messy now. So this is a bit time consuming, but you get lovely results. Hi Charlene! Too noisy. Right. Darker colours. Right, as I say, I haven't got my dark colours. Oh, I'll do the brush cool dry again. I haven't got my dark colours in the oxides. Gathered twigs. But if I get two going, I might even swoosh them about with my brush and mix them up. That's another. As long as you get the beads on the craft mat. Yeah, I'm doing this on like a craft sheet so I can get those beads. This one. Yeah, slightly darker colours. Maybe not dark enough. Layers. Layers. Darker layers. Let's go for some ground espresso. Ooh, that's nice and dark. That's it, mix it up. Right. Let's go in with that. Bit of drying. Bit of drying. You never know what you're going to get with this. It is worth the results. You're right. Yeah. I don't know if it's boring to watch though, is it? I might just stop in a minute. I have got some I prepared earlier. So that might be the best option. Because you get the idea, don't you? Yeah. Get the idea. Yeah. So basically I've got a sort of a lighter one here. And my one I prepared earlier has turned out like that. It's got a bit of green in it as well. Okay, move that one out of the way then. And then we've got a darker brown one. Okay, and the ones I did earlier is that one. Not that one. That one. It's nice and dark. So keep going with these. And then I've got an in-between one, which is this one. So it's like brown with some greens. That was the idea for that one. And then this one's mainly green. And the one I did earlier is this one. Okay. Right. So, also we need another one. Oh, can I just show you what colours I'm using for another one? While we've got this messy stage going on. Okay, I've got some little ones here, little inks here. So we'll go in with all of these at once because I want a sort of specific colour really this time. So I've got Squeezed Lemonade, Weathered Wood, Evergreen Bough, these three. So what's this going to be then? What am I preparing here? Mix these together. Any guesses what this background's going to be used for? I'm going to die cut it. I'm going to die cut them all actually. Stop messing about with a brush, get in with the spritzer. Okay, any guesses what this one's good? Egg! Yay! Linda, well done. Right, this is for the eggs. Quick dry. I'll just do this briefly because you know what you're doing with this, don't you? So I kind of want sort of the yellow and the weathered wood and a bit of that turquoisey colour for the eggs. That's cool, that'll do. Sky, oh, it's eggs. A bird, close, a bird, but that's too difficult, a bird. The eggs are far easier to achieve, I think. So I'll do the eggs. Okay, so there's an egg one, and the egg one that I did earlier. Oh, one more process with the eggs. Ground espresso, brush, water, speckles. Nice dark speckles. The idea is a blackbird's nest, so I want blackbird's eggs. I suppose you don't have blackbirds in America or anywhere, but they look like, kind of like this. Turquoisey and speckly with brown bits, like a typical classic egg, garden bird egg. Okay, so there's the one that I did, and the one I did earlier is there, so it's probably a little bit more blue, which is good. So I'll get rid of these inks now. I'll put these to one side, surrounded by ink pads. Right, let's get rid of this. Keep that, put that to one side. I think actually I can lose this board completely, so I'll take that away, because I do like my cutting mat. I like the egg colours. Oh, thanks, Pat. That's good. Where's my bits of paper? Here they are. Okay, so what are we going to cut with these bits? So we've got this one, which, oh, well, it's organic shapes. I can see it on my fingers. It's organic shapes I'm after. So this is a favourite one of mine, this one. It's in one of the pocket dies, pocket 2 is it? Love this. And then we've got, obviously, this one. This is amazing, this is fantastic. I think a lot of people have got this one. The Bubbles, Charlene and Els, that is tops. That is such a good die. And then also I love this one. This is, it could be quite organic. It's like bows or flowers or something. I see bows, but that's organic as well. Anything organic you can find. Again, you don't have to use these 3 dies. You know, you can do other ones. But this one's quite useful for the bird's nest because of its round shape. So if I bring in my machine, my die cutting machine, so I want to cut a whole one. One whole one is enough. So I'll shove that through. You see the other end of it as well. One whole one, and then just some semicircles. Use the paper. Can you see that? Sorry. Use the paper up. So just keep doing semicircles in there. Do you know what? I haven't even taken that out. That might be useful, mightn't it? Take that out of there first. I'm getting too carried away. It's too exciting. I get a buzz showing you things, I must admit. It is nice. Nice that you're there watching. Love the colours. Thanks, Patricia. Okay, now I've got some sort of semicircle bits. Oh, that's a bit of waste. That's a bit of waste. Let's go for the blob. So do that a few times. Doesn't even matter if some of the bits don't fall out, that doesn't matter. So get yourself one circle and a few of these with that die, with the brown one. And also you can do some with the middle tone one as well. The greeny one, we're going to do these the bow flower type die. So again, put that to the side to get the most you can out of your lovely speckled background. That's it. Ooh. Pick this one out. Right, with this one, it doesn't matter if you don't do the whole thing. I would prefer actually just to have some of the little flower bits. So the half cut ones, I don't want those, so I might just cut that bit off just so it looks like a whole piece. I'm going to snip round this petal or bow to get that one, and then I'm just going to cut that out there. And I could leave it that size, that's okay. Nothing longer than 3, I don't think. So it'd be good to have one smaller than that. That's it. Get some more. That hasn't come out so well. Around there. So lots of little bits like that. Get the idea with that one. So we've done that one. Now the bubbles. This one's I'd like with the lighter one. So shove that one through. And then I'll show you how I put this together. It isn't the bubbles we want, it's the outside piece, because both are really useful with this die, aren't they? This piece, look at that, that's lovely. And then I kind of not bothered about having the big bubble, so I cut round that into it and just take that big bubble off and just give myself some smaller bubbles. Chop into it basically and get, oh, I could have those two. Could have just 2 bubbles, that's fine. Well, they're not going to be bubbles really. It's the texture of it that I really love. Because we've got lots of twiggy bits, it's quite nice to have some round elements, I think. Okay. I'm not reading the comments. Are you okay? You still there with me? What names are the dies? I will sort that out for you, Linda. Is Anna there to help? Which die sets I'm using? Planner Pockets 2, if I can remember. Planner Essentials, oh, I wouldn't like to guess, 9 is it? And there's Art Journal Specials Bubbles. Okay, so you have some nice little groups of round texture for these ones, and give yourself quite a few, especially these. Get yourself a few of them because they're the main nest bits. Okay, let's get rid of this. Bringing out artwork again. Clear the rubbish. So bubbles. Oh, fussy. Don't like cut bits, that'll do. Flowers. Nesty bits. Okay, these nesty bits, because we've got our dark nest background, I quite like to get my Grand Espresso again and just colour the tips in, because the tips are going to add texture to the bottom of the nest, okay? And I'll explain that next. Right, I have some bits that I've already done. So there's my bubbles. There's my nest bits here. And here are my flowers. Okay, some glue. Trusty glue stick. You know I love the glue stick. Okay, this is warping a bit, but it'll be alright once it's stuck onto the card. Maybe I should do that now. Let's do that now. Then I'll have a sturdy background on this card. As long as I don't mess it up. Get ink on the back or something, but I think we'll be alright now. Glue. I like to use a dry glue or tape, of course. Measure it up against the fold, and then we can trim around it. I'll do that now so I know the perimeter of where I'm working. This one. Yeah, and just a little bit this edge. That's it. There. Okay, right, we'll start with the nest. Yeah, let's start with the nest. So if you grab your whole piece, 8 by 8. Yeah, you asking what card size it is. Elizabeth, it's an 8 by 8. I'm doing a nice big one this time. Nice big card. So just put your first nest piece there. And then these arc pieces, glue just the ends. Perhaps I need a scrap piece of paper. That's a gluing surface. That's it. So I wanted the dark ends because I'm going to poke one of them in the middle, and then the other one just hangs around, and it doesn't matter if it doesn't meet anywhere because we're just overlapping. That's it, just the ends. Like this one, tucking it in there, and then actually that one can overlap that one and hide that end. That's it. And build up your nest. It's fun, this. It's fun. Okay, so this piece will go in here. And even hang a bit over the edge of the card as well. Why not? So the more of these bits that you die cut, obviously the more full your nest is going to look. Right, this is that other whole one. I might just chop into that. Use that as well. Okay. See, that's not dark enough for the middle of the nest. That's better. Okay, how are we doing for time? Oh, it's getting on, isn't it? It's getting on. Okay. I'm kind of tucking them under this first ring, but you don't have to. Let's have one going over the top, coming out there. Oh, not enough glue there. Is that looking like a nest? Let's have that one coming round there. And if you can glue them in such a way that it lifts up like this. I haven't gone too mad because I might want to put it in an envelope. But you could really go dynamic with it and curve the bits right up. Okay, now these blobby bits, I just want these a bit of texture. That's it. Just want these a bit of texture around the outside, so maybe there. Further out from the nest, these are going, so maybe there. It's just building up the interest on the card, really. Bit there, That's why anything goes. There's a nice one there. That's it. Actually, I'll turn that around because I like that lighter colour going out. Keep the darker colours in. That was the idea when I first... I've had a go with this. Yeah, that was the idea. Okay, and then these flowers are in the between stage. And it could be leaves, greener twigs, that kind of thing. Just tuck them in and around. Have fun with it. Overlap, underlap. Oh, it's coming off. Sticky fingers, that's what it is. Let me dry my fingers. So pretty. Thanks, Elizabeth. Looks great. Thanks, Suzanne. And Nicole, thank you. Teresa, thank you. Glad you love it. Okay, and I kind of want one that sits, want one that sits on top of the nest there. This is a nice one for further out. This one can go tuck in there. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. I like to try and get these under the hour. I might have one tucking in there. I'm going to lift those bits out. There, and use up all you've got. One on this side here. Okay. So we've got some nice texture going on with that, and you can obviously go mad with the texture as well. Okay, and then the last thing is the eggs, and I must thank Charlene and Els really, because this bubbles dye, I can see so much potential in it. It's just fantastic. I can't praise it enough. I can't love it enough. This one. You'll notice, yeah, put it on the darker background. I just saw an egg. I just saw an egg here. It's an egg shape. Just cut that bulge off there. Perfect. So let's cut some eggs. Oh, if I can bring my machine back in. That's it. And get the egg paper. Let's cut some eggs. I suppose you could fussy cut in a way and pick like a nice piece here that's got a lighter piece, almost like a shine to the egg. There, if you look out for a lighter piece, you can really get your egg looking realistic. So I'm going to cut this piece, put that through. Yeah. Everybody, I reckon, needs this bubbles dye in their stash. Here's my egg. So you can save the surround for something else. That's never going to go in the bin, is it? Can't get it out. Oh, look at that. Look at that. See other things now? Like, yeah, water. Oh, loads of different things. Even like a patina sort of rust. Oh, loads of things. Okay, getting carried away. The egg. So we just cut this bulge off. And maybe just shorten it a bit so it's not quite so long. That's it. Shape it easily. Easily shape this one. So I've just cut that piece off basically, and we have an egg. Make it a bit more rounder than that. Lovely. Shove the mess. Hopefully this mess is out of view. Okay, let's bring in another piece of paper. Let's bring in another piece of paper. I have more eggs. More eggs. Now we're going to give these a bit more depth with some Stormy Sky. Stormy Sky's a nice colour. like darker egg colour to create that shading. Oh, I haven't cut all my eggs. I'll use that one. Let's quickly cut my eggs. So I'm going to have at least 3. You've got to have at least 3 for a full nest, haven't you? That's a pretty colour, that one. You never know what you're going to get. It's all nice and random with this technique. Those 3 will do. I'll just stick with 3. I think 3's nice. So just lick the edges with the Stormy Sky. We're going to make them look round now. Just go in just the very edge. I suppose you could even pick it up and go like that. Maybe a bit more so on the bottom of the egg, that bulbousy bit. There, they're looking a bit more round now. Okay, a little bit at the top, a bit more at the bottom. And then to blend them in with the nest. Look, if I show you, bring the nest back in. Bring the nest back in. See, look at that one with the shine on it. Love that. So if I sit that in there, it kind of doesn't look like it's in the nest. It looks like it's sort of floating on top of the nest. So to make it look more like it's in the nest, we get that ground espresso again. Just put the lid on my glue. Get this one again. And we're just going to very lightly put some around the bottom. Just round the bottom to give it that extra shading, to make it look like it's sitting deep within the nest. There. Can you see that? See the difference there? There. It's just these, I think, these finer details that really make things look more realistic. There, that's all it needs. A bit of shading. An extra shading if it needs to, if it's sat in a dark place. Give it some of the same shading that's on the background. Rightio. Foam pad those. Oh, I've got the foam pads out, haven't I? Here they are. Foam pad these. Or maybe just the top actually. Just put them on the top and leave the bases, because we could glue the bases down. No, I stuck that on the base, didn't I? Right, and then we can fill our nest. So one's going that way. And that's about it then. Card finished. One going that way, and then one in the top. Like that. Might even tuck it under there so it looks like, no, because that's, yeah, that'll be alright. We'll see. Now have it on top. That's it. So there it is basically. Let's clear this mess away. So you can use the bubbles die to make some eggs, and a good size egg as well, I think. Perfect size egg. So I love that. So here we have it then. Our nest card using the lettering dies as a scruffy background. I suppose you could use it for hair and other things as well. So the one I did earlier, I had to make a planner page, didn't I? So here we are. So I have used a bit more, taken a bit more time, because you can see the end of that bit there. So it'd be nice to cover it up more. So a bit more time. Oh, I add splashes as well. Forgot to add splashes. And then I did cut the page in half. So I've got a 2-page nest, and then use the lettering stamps to write nest. So that's just a nice piece of artwork for my planner, and then a piece of artwork to give away. do it twice. Why not? One to keep, one to give away. So there we go. So that was a bit of fun, wasn't it? I enjoyed that. And thank you for watching and guessing and joining in. So yeah, actually it looks even better from a distance now, looking at the picture on my iPad. Great, thanks for joining me. Enjoy the rest of the day wherever you are. Thank you. Bye bye.